Welcome! In this video I'll be grilling some garlic and herb hamburgers and making some deviled egg potato salad and a lovely and light fruit salad to go with them. This is the perfect summertime menu to serve for family or friends for a holiday like Memorial Day or the 4th of July. It's easy to double or triple everything and make it the day ahead, and it won't break the bank. Okay, so to get things started, I'm going to be prepping the hamburgers. And I've just got some, I think this is 8812. I recommend using 8515, but 8812 is what Costco has. So we're just going to season this up a little bit, make them a little fancier. I mean, you could just go buy a bag of frozen burgers and grill those up, but this makes it a little more special, I think. Start off with some garlic. Kind of like garlic, so I'm adding a little extra. Okay, some Worcestershire sauce. Some salt. That's just regular table salt. It's a long story about why we have a little container of it. And some pepper. Some coarse ground black pepper. And now we need some herbs, obviously. Some parsley here. This is just simple, but it adds a nice little bit of flavor and some nice color to it. Like I said, make them look a little more fancy than just plain old burgers. I'm just going to chop this up pretty small. I might be tempted at this point to add some other seasonings. You might think about, or add some other stuff to it, like maybe onions or something. But I would recommend not doing that and just leaving it pretty plain. Other than we have our garlic and our parsley and salt and pepper. So that, because people are going to add their own, we're going to add onions, they can add tomatoes, lettuce, ketchup, mustard, all that. So we don't want to necessarily make it the burgers have too much flavor, too much flavor of their own, just the beef. That's my thinking anyway. Okay, so we'll just mix that up good. Of course, with mixing meat up, you don't want to usually mix it up, over mix it, because it gets kind of tough. In this case, a little bit of over mixing is not too bad because it helps the burgers hold together on the grill, but you don't want to go too far with that. Then it'd be more like just having frozen patties. Now the recipe I include below is actually for 2 pounds, and I'm just doing a pound because just making this for a small group, but it's easy, of course, just to double or triple or whatever you need for however many burgers. Now, of course, if you want to, you could add hot dogs or you could add brats, something like that. Both of those are real easy to do and don't add a lot of effort to this, especially if you got kids. We might want just hot dogs anyway. I'm doing 1/4 pound patties, but you could do 1/3 pound or whatever you want. Yeah, those look pretty nice. I'm just going to add a little more salt and pepper. It's on the outside here. You see, I think that parsley just adds a little bit to it, when you see them. And then one thing you can do is when people get there, have these out on the counter, ready to grill, and then they can see what you did. You got all this. Ooh, yeah, look at those burgers. Instead of just like a bag of frozen burgers. Okay, so I'm just going to cover these with some plastic wrap, and then I'll put them in the refrigerator till I'm ready to grill. And that'll be the hamburgers ready to go. Okay, so next up, I'm going to start on the potato salad. just going to weigh out the potatoes here. And for potato salad, I like to use the Yukon Gold or these yellow potatoes. Also, the red potatoes are good. Both of these are like a waxy potato, and I think they hold up better in potato salad, but russets would work too. Whatever you got, whatever's cheap. Russets are obviously cheaper. It's kind of funny, the previous bag of potatoes I bought was these giant ones like you see there, and then this last bag was just these little ones, almost like baby ones. He's got 2 pounds. So I'm just going to wash these and then cut out any bad spots. Now I like to leave the skins on because that's where all the vitamins and the fiber is, but certainly if you'd like, you can peel them. And the skins on the Yukon Golds or you don't even notice them. And of course it makes it look more homemade too. Okay, now I'm going to be making this in the Instant Pot. And the cool thing I think about this this recipe like this is that we cook the potatoes and the eggs all together. And I mean, you just pop them in the Instant Pot and then let it go. And then, so we don't have to have, boil 2 pans and all that. Much easier, I think. And I'm just going to chop these up into bite-sized pieces. So whatever you like. Okay, I almost forgot the last 2 potatoes. Got a little ahead of myself. Okay, let's go in with a cup or so of water. And then we just go in with the eggs right on top of the potatoes. Okay, put that in the Instant Pot there. Okay, make sure you set the vent to the seal position. Okay, so we're just going to cook it for 4 minutes. There we go. Okay, so now we got the Instant Pot started to cook the potatoes and the eggs. I'm going to do some onions, and I'm just going to use green onion. You can use regular onion, but I'm using the green onions. Now it calls for a couple of them, but these are pretty tiny, so I'm going to use a bunch. I like to use the green onions rather than just like a white onion like I have there, because I think it adds a little more color. Okay, the next thing we got is some celery. Just 1 stalk of it here, or 1 rib, whatever you call it. And I'm going to do just a fairly small dice, not too big. I love to have celery in potato salad. It gives it a little crunch in there. Okay, next up I'm going to work on the dressing. Try that with some mayonnaise. You may notice I'm using a store brand mayonnaise for this. And my thinking on this is for like dressings and stuff, I usually just get the store brand because it's cheaper and the flavor doesn't matter as much. But for things like sandwiches and stuff where I taste the mayonnaise more, I use good stuff then. Okay, some Dijon mustard. Got some seasoning salt. Apple cider vinegar. And the key ingredient, I think, celery seed. Some pepper. So that's pretty much it for the dressing. We just mix it up. But we're going to add some egg yolks. That'll be the last thing, but those aren't done cooking yet. Okay, so next up I'm going to start on the fruit salad. And this is a real simple fruit salad. Doesn't have a lot of ingredients, and has just simple ingredients. Are not hard to find or hard to cut or anything, hard to peel. No mangoes or kiwis. So just 1 apple. And I'm using a Cosmic Crisp apple, but anything you like, of course. And I don't peel them, just leave the skin on. And a couple things I like about this this fruit salad, of course, it's easy to make. Also, I usually have the stuff around. It's just an apple, some grapes, mandarin oranges, and crushed pineapple, a little sour cream, and some coconut. So usually have that stuff on hand. And then it's not too heavy. It's light. It's not real sweet. So goes good, I think. It was called creamy 5-cup fruit salad because basically it's just 5 cups of stuff. Okay, next we get some grapes. Just using red grapes. Now if they're big, you can cut them in half, but these are pretty small, so I'm just going to use them whole. Okay, and then a 10-ounce can of mandarin oranges drained, which is about a cup. You know, the recipe calls for a 10-ounce can of crushed pineapple, but I couldn't find a 10-ounce can, so I got a 20-ounce. I'm just going to use half of it. Drained, of course. And then we just need a half a cup of sour cream. And don't worry, it doesn't taste like sour cream. People won't know. If they don't like sour cream, they'll love it. Don't worry. It's close enough. Okay, and then some sweetened coconut flakes. So just half a cup of this, which will make our total of 5 cups. And that 5 cups is probably about, 10 servings, so half a cup each. Okay, so that's done. Just put it in the refrigerator till we're ready to serve. Okay, the Instant Pot's done. When we're doing these eggs in here, we want to do the quick release and get them out quick, get them in ice water. So what we want to do is we want to stop the eggs from cooking. Don't want them to get overdone, turn green. Okay, all the steam's out. Okay, so I like to just pull these out while they're super hot, break them on the counter with the tongs, hold them with tongs, and then dunk them in the ice water. And this way, we'll not only cool them down, but cracking them like that, the water gets inside and makes them easier to peel. In fact, most of the time, the shells just come right off. Okay, we'll just let those sit there and cool off. Okay, so now get the potatoes out, dump them in the bowl there, let them cool off. And the steamer basket helps a lot to help drain them. Okay, so I've let the eggs cool off. They're actually ice cold now. And I'm just going to peel them, dump them right in the bowl. Okay, I'll just pull the eggs out now. And like I said earlier, I'm going to use the yolks of 3 of these in our dressing. I'm going to put some in there. Okay, I'm just going to mash those up with a fork. You can see I did pretty good cooking the eggs there. The Instant Pot did. They're not green outside of the yolks. They're not green. Okay, we'll stir that in. Okay, got my egg slicer. Gonna go ahead and cut up all the eggs. You can just use a knife or chop them up. Okay, so now we can just add in our dressing. Now, if you wanted to, you could chill all this for a while if you want it more chilled, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And one thing to keep in mind is you don't have to use all the dressing. Just put in as much as you like, The recipe's just made this so you have enough, You should have enough for what you're making, but sometimes it varies, with the potatoes and the celery and the onions. And I like to be kind of gentle and not break up the potatoes too much. Okay, and we'll just finish it off with a little bit of paprika, just for a little color. And that's done. You can just put it in the refrigerator if you want, or serve it warm. Okay, so next up, I'm going to prep the toppings for our hamburgers. So I got this big slicing tomato. So I'm just going to cut this into some nice big, fairly thin slices. Not too thin. Okay, white onion. And I just like to do these in big slices, so just peel it and then I'll do some nice, fairly thick slices. I like to put the whole slice on my burger, but other people just want the ring. You can just pull the rings apart, put them on however much you want. And of course, if you like, you can dice it, depending on what you like. And last up, we got some lettuce. Got some iceberg lettuce this time. Usually I like to use romaine, but we got this head of iceberg left over. I'm going to use some of it. And okay, so that's ready. Looks nice. Okay, everything else is ready. It's time to grill the burgers. Like I said, I like to leave them burgers sitting out like this for when people come over. Then I can take them out and grill them. They can get a look at them that way. And just clean off the grill. I warmed it up about 15 minutes earlier, so just burn everything off, get it all hot. Guess I should have greased my spatula. Okay, so the burgers are getting close to done. So I got people's preference for what kind of cheese they want. Alright, burgers should be pretty much done now. Just check the temp. Make sure they're hot enough. And done in the center. Don't want anybody to get sick. One last flip. And I'll get the cheese on. And we'll just melt the cheese. Give them a quick check. Oh, they're almost done. Go ahead and turn the heat off. Okay, those are ready. Let's pull them off. Okay, so we got our grilled garlic and herb burgers, our fruit salad, lovely, and our deviled egg potato salad. Got some nice sesame seed buns, and all of our toppings here, ready to go. Dinner's on. Okay, so I'll just fix my plate. Start out with my hamburger. I like to put mayonnaise on my hamburger on the bun first thing because it protects the bun from getting soggy. But of course, whatever topping is up to you. A little mustard, a little ketchup. Pretty basic. A burger there. Got American cheese on mine. Get some of the fruit salad. Some of this deviled egg potato salad. Or maybe a lot of it. I do like potato salad. Okay, we'll finish off the burger with some toppings here. Tomato, a little salt. And we'll get some lettuce. A little more salt. And a big old slice of onion. Okay, smush it down a little bit. There you have it. Looks pretty damn good. Let's give this burger a try. Oh yeah, nice and juicy burger. And wonderful potato salad. And some nice fresh fruit. Alright, so there you have it. Hope you give it a try. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to let YouTube know this is the type of content you like to watch. Comments are welcome.